February sparks an interesting time in Barcelona's season. Not only are we playing PSG in the Champions League, but we also got some big names coming back from injury, names that have been out since November. We've discussed this before. I think we found our starting 11.
Yeah, I think
this starting 11 works, right? There might be one or two pieces that you can kind of change in there, here and there. Yes, we have 4 players who could very easily be starters on our team. 3 of them were starters in our ideal lineup at the beginning of the season. So, question is, who do we sacrifice to bring these players in if they're going to be starters? So let's go down the list. We're going to go ahead and start it off. We're going to go in order of who's going to come back first, and we'll go back from there. So we're just going to assume Serginho Dest, this is not a serious injury. He's just a little sore, a little banged up. He'll be back soon. He's a starter.
I anticipate him. Yeah.
He's a starter?
Most definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Now let me ask you this. Sergio Roberto just came back from an extended injury himself. He came back this Sunday. Sergi doesn't start for you? Yeah, me neither. I don't think Sergio Roberto would start over Dest. Maybe in the difficult Champions League games, maybe Sergio Roberto starts, but either way, I think Serginho Dest owns that right flank. So we're gonna both agree on that, just for the sake of the show.
I say give him those big games anyways. They make him the player that he is.
Facts. Moving on to the one that's closest to returning, one of our captains, Mr. Gerard Piqué. Is he a starter?
I would have to hesitate with the no.
Ooh.
Just because I like the way Araujo has been making us look. We look a lot faster.
Facts.
If we do go with the 3 at the back roll, then we can maybe keep Jordi because Jordi doesn't have to work as hard. But with a knee injury and a 34-year-old Piqué getting older and older and having these injuries kind of happen a little bit more often than I would like in a center back especially, it's just not looking like a good situation right now for him.
Yeah, before his injury, his speed was kind of decreasing, so he was becoming one of those center backs that's able to read the play and anticipate, which is something that I really appreciate from Piqué. And he's very good on the ball. He's one of the best center backs in the world with the ball at his feet, helping us play out of the back.
Really good at that.
However, if we do play the 3 in the back, he's just too slow for it, dude.
You think so?
Yeah, he's just too slow for it.
But with 3 at the back, you don't think he'd have more help with the wing backs? Maybe coming down and having Busquets?
If he were the middle of the center backs.
That's exactly where I would.
So if you had Lenglet on the left, Mingueza or Araujo in the back. But see, if we were to go that 3, I'd rather go Lenglet on the left, Araujo in the middle, and Mingueza on the right.
Mingueza, the thing with Mingueza is his lack of inexperience hurts him, but at least Araujo, his lack of inexperience, he makes up for it.
Araujo looks good on the ball.
And what I mean by that is, of course, everyone's gonna have their moments of inexperienced mistakes, but the way you take it on the chin is very big, and the way Araujo carries himself almost looks like he wants to provide as much as Lenglet does, and that's great to see because who usually starts over him at center back? Who either starts Mingueza or Araujo?
Araujo.
Exactly, and Mingueza's main role is in center back too, but we've been sticking him out wide, and it's a mess, and you're not helping the players comfortability because they're not used to playing that position. It's very difficult to switch out from that speed of play.
Hopefully now that Sergio Roberto's back, he doesn't have to go to Mingueza as that right back. I'd rather see Sergi right back than Mingueza right back.
I wouldn't, but given this moment in time and the amount of times that he's played right back for us, I feel like it's appropriate, but not long term.
So second one on the list, long anticipated. This was gonna be his season. His breakout season. 18-year-old still, Ansu Fati.
Still worth 60 mil?
Starter? No, starter.
Starter.
Who do you take off for him? Remember, in our lineup, he was the left winger.
Okay. I put him,
Hit me.
Ansu Fati on the left,
Okay.
Dembele on the right. I put Dembele on the right because he's fast, and people know that he's going to want to cut in. But he's so fast that he takes you down the line regardless, and still cuts in. He's just so crafty that he's able to put it on whatever peg he wants. Is there either his left or his right foot?
Who's the striker?
I don't want to have Messi at the false nine role.
Me neither.
I think I'd want to see Griezmann there, but we'd have to play a different style. We'd have to play one holding back.
I would vote Dembele to the bench. And I say this because he's just not 100% consistent.
I mean, at the end,
he's not consistent.
At the end of the day, he needs a target player to play to. I think Dembele tries to do too much.
I agree all the time.
I agree he tries to do too much, but he does it. At least he does it in the correct places. In the correct places, meaning the attacking end. And I know it sucks to say that we lose the ball at the attacking end sometimes with him because he's so crafty as a player. But half of the time, we have no target man for him to play to.
That's true.
And I'm not gonna give Messi a ball in the air for him to bring down without. And it's just
United.
It's not possible. And having that target man provides that sense of having that target man to then feed to is crucial, because then we could get the likes of Messi and Griezmann behind. Like, so imagine seeing
if we don't have a player that Dembele needs, then you gotta throw him on the bench, bro, and he can come off the bench and be that X factor. But if we're looking for a solidified starting 11, I think Ansu Fati at his age is more consistent than Dembele.
Oh yeah.
And another reason why, we saw it in the final. Dembele, when he's on, he is good. But when he's not on,
it shows.
It's terrible to see.
It shows.
It's
honestly
terrible to see. So again, I love Dembele. He could be one of the most dangerous players we have on the field when he's on, when he wants to play. But when he's not, he's just too much of a risk, dude. So last but not least, a man who I voted for the biggest disappointment of the year. Still waiting for him to do something, bro. Do something.
And during a time like this, with the shit that we're paying him, he might have to just
Philippe
go.
Coutinho. He's set to come back at the end of March. If we're able to make it past PSG in the Champions League, he would be coming back for the quarterfinals of the Champions League and kind of that final push in the league. Is he a starter for you?
No.
I would have to see maybe in for Pedri in that role. It might be for him. I think he does do better in the mid, but there's just no oomph to him. I think we can agree on that. He's
been very basic.
He's been very calm, he was brought in to be that X factor, bro, to break the lines, to take someone on, to just give us a little emphasis on it, and he's been very monotone. So I think that role might be for him, but we've said it before, we said it in the last episode, Pedri has done what we expected Coutinho to do. And so, Coutinho, dude, you're gonna come back, you're 28, This is supposed to be your time. And if you're not playing well because of us, because of the system, you're a great player when you're doing good.
You are.
But for that same reason, we're waiting.
And homeboy, these next 3 months is gonna be pretty crucial to you, because you may be in our plans, you may not be in our plans. I hate to break it to you, but it's just how it is. And given the fact that you haven't played, if we sell him in the summer, we might not get as much as we won't. We'll be taking another loss.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be crucial. It's gonna be crucial to see how we deal with this one, given the economic state of the club. I think if he does perform okay, maybe we keep him a little bit until January and then sell him at a higher profit.
Yeah, I think he should be concerned because the club has been playing better in his absence. So the moment
that's concerning.
That's the biggest thing. And that's the biggest thing, because all of a sudden, like I said again, he sees that position where he was supposed to fit in has been taken up by an 18-year-old named Pedri, and Pedri's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Like, don't get me wrong, when Felipe is on, he looks amazing. But
we're waiting on that.
I don't even think I've seen it. I can't even tell you one game where maybe his first couple games with the club, he was doing really good. He was scoring bangers.
His first season was
his first season was
his
good.
First season was not bad.
It wasn't.
It was not bad. And then the second season he started off well, and back to the Anfield Day, he was the scapegoat in that because of the whole formation. If you guys want to check out our review for that, we also have it up there. It's actually on SoundCloud. Check that out. That's an emotional episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he just has to come back and earn back his starting position, because if not, I like the team the way it is.